Alrighty. I believe I'm online. Let's see. It says loading video. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Righty-ho. Greetings once again to the stream of Jimmy. And today we're back to the music making. We're back to Cakewalk Express rather than Doom or Z-Doom or any of the such-like ports, because we'll be composing something today, but not just composing, we'll be adding onto one Alfonzo's piece of work. This is a MIDI that he started some time ago and has asked me to finish, basically, to turn into a G-MIDI, as they are known. So the MIDI is called Benevolent Ghosts, and it's a short MIDI. It's 32 bars currently. It's got 2 distinct sections at the moment, and let's just play how it is at the moment. It should be all right. Hopefully the stream will pick up the audio nicely. I'm guessing everyone can hear me. So we'll wait for some people to mention that they can hear me. I assume they can. I'll play the MIDI now. Okay, so that's how it is at the moment. Very nice track, Alfonzo. I do like it. I can definitely work with this. So, right, let's just, aha, okay. He's here. Excellent. Essel will have to go to bed in a minute. Nothing wrong with that. But Alfonso is here. Okay, here we go. Right, let's see what we can do. Right. So, I'm thinking this works as a nice intro to the track currently. So if we play the last 4 bars. I think some percussion definitely needs to enter into here at this point. So if we do this piano roll, let's start laying down the drum track. And I have one here. Snap that to the current. Okay, and these drums will sound a little bit similar to, I forget what the track is called, but it's one from Rise of the Triad. Okay, so let's see what that sounds like. Oh, I've just realised I've done it at double speed. Okay. Let's length, start time is 200%. Okay, there we go, that should fix it. So that should be a fairly simple drum beat now. There we go. Okay, excellent. That sounds good. Let's add a cymbal track in there. Crash cymbal 1. About 80 velocity. And let's put another one there. So let's make that a symbol. Okay. We have some viewers, that's good. Okay, right. So this drum track is, I think, what's going to be for the first segment of this. I'm going to change it up a little bit for the second segment, so that's copy-pasted, I think, enough times. Let's piano roll. I think first of all I'm going to make these ride cymbals instead. Okay, let's copy that. Alright, and I think on the cymbal track I'm just going to add some tom rolls. Okay, here we go. Let's drag these crash and toms over to this side. Alright, now let's do something incredibly cheap, I guess. Just copy the whole thing. Right, so that should be one repetition of the first and second segments of the song, but with the drum track this time. So let's see how that sounds just on its own. I will make some further changes to it. It won't just be a blatant copy-paste job. It's just something I've slapped on top. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, I think that sounds good. Alfonzo seems to like it, which is always a good sign. But I do want to change this up a bit though, so what can I do? Actually, I had an idea which I might just do right now, which is have like maybe 8 bars or something just before that bit kicks in, but with the same drum beat. So if I copy that over, okay, so now what I want to do is make the choir ring out for a bit here. 32. Now, how much are these delayed by? 40. And the warm pad should probably ring out as well. Okay. Maybe for only 16, let's see. Okay, yeah, I can see that working quite well. Yeah. Alright. Right, so what was the melody I came up with? Got it here. Yeah, I changed the chords a bit as well for this kind of bridge section, I suppose. Right, let me just add some strings here because those are in my notes here. So let's see. B. Alright, this should be MIDI. See, that's how I've got it on my notes, but it should be, once again, extended, like that, yeah. Okay, should be good. It's quite subtle. I think it probably needs to be. Let me we do that, so we've got it on 2 tracks now. Should be coming out the left and right speakers now. It's only subtle, but I think it'll work. Okay. Yeah, okay, let me, this might work on its own, just as a quick bridge, with not very much going on in it. I might add to it later, but let me add another copy of the bridge, and put the chords in. So what have we got? We've got 2 B minors, a G and an E minor, and we've got something going on the top of that. Let me just play that on my keyboard, see if I can imitate it. Can you guys hear that? I should think you can. I think you can. It's something like that, isn't it? The melody was even intended to be some sort of bridge verse, whereas the majority of it was menacing build-up. Alrighty, yep. I think I will be using that segment to start multiple times throughout Alfonzo, to be perfectly honest, because I think it works really well as a kind of melody on its own, rather than just build up. I mean, I think I might add some kind of big section later on that that bit will build up to, but I'll create a nice build up, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's something like that, isn't it? I didn't really know what notes I would be playing there, but I think it's... Oh, it's a double speed, or half speed, whatever. So it would be... There we go. Alright, I think we got something there. So, let's actually add another string track and make that quite loud, to kind of... So that it's kind of underpinned by the current strings, but they're quite low in the mix at the moment, so... Okay. Now I'm wondering if I can actually record this directly in. What I'll do first though is I'll just adjust this slightly. Okay, so we've got B, G, E there, and if we slide over there, we can have B, G, E, and then that'll need to be an F sharp. Okay, so we've got that. Slide that over 40 ticks. Copy that down to the warm pad thing. Okay. Right, so I think I'm ready to record now because I've got the chords, the basic notes and the chords there now. So let's see. Alrighty. Alright, wish me luck. Let's see how this goes. I don't know how it'll sound on the stream, me playing and it recording at the same time, but whatever, let's see how it goes. And I have to make sure that track is selected. Throwing all your luck at me. Okay, so I just wanted to check that worked. Of course I had to use the F, which is the tritone above B, so it would sound awful, but whatever. Okay. Record. Okay, let's see how that goes. It's a bit of a mess. Okay, okay. Alright, there we go. Hodgepodge of awesome. Okay, I will probably go back and just make sure that all sounds like properly quantized and everything, because honestly I can't stand it when, you know, the notes are all over the place like this. It's just kind of like, bleh, no. But I think, you know, it's there. It sounds okay. I think I can forgive myself. Alright. What I'll do here actually, because I think it calls for it, is I'll duplicate the choir and make the strings do the same thing but an octave higher. An octave higher, actually. Do the same here, actually. Those are 2 octaves. We had really stormy weather, I think either yesterday or the day before, Alfonzo. Kind of just rained all day and didn't stop. Right, so, now what? I do have another melody here. Let's see, am I going to play this? I think I'll have to be on a piano. Something like that, yeah. So let's just listen back to, like, from the end of the first section, and just listen to the bridge as it is now. Kind of want to know if there's anything more I can do with this particular bit. Right, I think I'm going to have to copy the bridge again, so let me do that. I think I'm gonna just get rid of that. I might record something different, but actually, yeah, I will. And you know what? I'm gonna do it on a distortion guitar. Why the hell not? We'll see how this goes. Right. I think we're going to have the atmosphere doing that melody I was playing earlier first, though. So if I can record that, that'd be pretty sweet. Might just program it in manually, though. It shouldn't take me too long. But let's see how I fare with this. Yeah, I got that wrong. I got that very wrong, actually. Do you know what? I actually prefer it the wrong way. I've looked at my notes and looked at how I'm actually supposed to play, but I think I prefer it the way I just did it, because it matches better with the doon doo doon doo doon doon. So yeah, that might actually work. Let me try that then. Okay, so slide that back and quantize it to 8. There's a missing note there. There's a bit of a kind of chromatic bit at the end there, but that does fit in with the final chord, which is an F sharp major, because that has an A sharp in it as opposed to an A natural. But so I'm not quite sure if I like that as it is, but given that it works in the context of the chord, it's musically right, so it makes sense. Let me just copy over that little ascension to the B there. Okay, so given that that's now done, let's add a little bit on top of it. On the distortion guitar, and I'm going to completely blag it this time. I've written nothing down for a potential guitar solo, so what you're going to hear is completely improvised. It'll probably be similar to what I played earlier, though, in a few ways at the very least. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let me change my keyboard to the guitar. Okay. Mini applause. Okay. Yep, look at you doing a guitar solo. Yep, it's happening. Okay. Well, that turned out quite well, actually. I think. I do need to shimmy those back, because that's what always happens when I quantize it. I think I'm going to have to quantize it to eighths again, like I did before. Okay. Yep, I like that. Apart from that errant note there, which was a little bit embarrassing, but let's go. Let's correct that, and let's extend that to the full bar. So we have. And you know what? Here we go again with copying this whole bloody middle section again, because it's a good part of the song. And we're going to have the strings and guitar doing the same thing this time, I think. Providing that's a B5, okay, and that is a B4, so those guitars will need to be an octave lower. You know what? We might actually be done. For all intents and purposes. Let me copy the first section of this bridge again. To here. Let's have the strings and the guitar sounding off at the same time as well. And let's make that B5. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that should definitely be at the beginning of the bar. And that, strings, or should they be low or should they be high? Let's have a listen. I think it should be high personally. Let's have a listen. It should be B6. There we go, that sounds better. They shouldn't last that long though, I don't think. So, maybe just, oh, hang on. Length, 25% duration. So they'll only last 2 bars this time. Oh yeah, my mistake, for all intensive purposes, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay. So, So how much is going on in this middle section? Because I'm aware that there's 2 melodies layered on top of one another, which could be interesting. Let's just adjust that. I think we are pretty much done, but I have a feeling that I can add a bit more to it, just, you know, in places, maybe vary up the drum track a little bit. I do know that I want to add some timpani as well, actually, come to think of it, and some tubular bells now that I've seen that. So, where to add the timpani? The beginning of the new section, I think. Just for the lead into the new section. So let's see what we have here. We have. Oh, hello. I've messed up. That should be 11. Because we just had some timpani there that the strings were playing, funnily enough. Let's have a timpani roll on 16th notes here, so make it an F sharp, because of course timpanis are tuned drums. Obviously those are too high, but we'll sort that out. So a gradual volume fade in there. Transpose 36 maybe. Maybe that's too low. Yeah, that's a bit too low. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Maybe that's too gradual. Let's make that 40, 50, 70. Yeah, let's more maybe like that. Okay. There we go. That's what I was after. I think it does need some kind of low drum at the end there, so there we go. Nice and powerful there. Let's copy that. Okay, I've changed my mind about those strings. I think they should last a little bit longer at the end, but fade out. And yeah, they're both 110, so if we do that, fade it out, and yep, there we go. That's good. Right, about the timpani, I wanted to add some in. Can't decide where. Should definitely be some here, I think, actually. So that starts on an E chord. Once again, that's too high. Okay. So once again, it goes. So it goes from an F sharp to an E. That chord. Might as well have one here as well. What chord was that? Alright, that's the same. It's the same chord transition, I think. That is a D to an E, and then we have an F sharp to a B. So let's copy that. Okay, let's make the timpani a bit more powerful when they go onto that B. There we go. Alright, that's the timpani I did for that last section. That's probably all for now. Tubular bells that I want to add. I think I wanted to add them in this middle section. So if I copy what the choir's doing there and have that. That's probably too high. Add a low bell there, right at the end. That should be a B. And let's add those over there as well. Where are they? The middle section? It's here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's anything more I can do with this. I suppose I should check that it loops okay. Be a little bit of a delay at the end there. Yeah, right there. There's the bugger. Let's make that 31. Yeah, okay. Difference there isn't noticeable. But it should make the track loop a little better now. I think I should vary up the drum track a little bit, come to think of it. And it should be during this middle section, I think. I know exactly what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to make it so, make it so that the drum track fits what's being played on the atmosphere lead. That should be 100 so that it can actually be heard. Let's add a little subtle echo to the drum track there. I think that should do it. Yeah. That's right. I do love kind of non-straight drum tracks. That's why I like working with odd time signatures like 5/8 and 7/8. It just means you can place all the drums on the offbeat and it doesn't really matter. So what do we got here? We got that. Let's copy those over 2 more times. Yeah, that should do it. Just one little variation at the end there. Just copy that over again and again. Let's make the ride cymbals, I don't know, ride bells maybe, or tambourines, maybe that'll work. I just want to do that, yeah. So B4, I need to take those down to F4, so I need to transpose them down 6 semitones, and I need to filter that. Okay. Let's get out now. Okay, it's just struck me that there were no chords playing throughout that middle section. No block chords anyway, so I should probably add those. Just nice subtle block chords in the background. So if I change that. Too loud. Let's make that about 60. Maybe. There we go. Nice little full block chords in the background. Length 50. So we've got B minor, G major, E minor there, and B minor, G major, E minor, and then that needs to be cut down. And let me see, duration 50. Yep, that'll do. And copy that there, transpose that up 2 semitones. That's an F minor, that should be an F major, so make that A and A sharp. Blasted. Blasted with block chords, there we go. Okay, there's one more thing I have to do, which was make the strings there, copy those over there, and have them fade out. Maybe along with the French horn as well, come to think of it. And there's one thing I will have to make sure that I do before I make this happen. Okay, so that matches up. Okay, that should be B3 and that should work fine. Now what I need to do is just copy this event here. Yep, okay, so now when they fade out, yep, they will return to 110 at the end of the bar. Just make sure this is a little bit. Okay, let's let's make those B's instead of A's right there. So we have okay, there we go. So that should work fine. Right. The most benevolent ghost to the side of Saturn X. Yep. Lots of benevolence in these ghosts right here. Okay. So, what more can I do with this? I might be done. Which, didn't take me very long at all, but I have kind of just done the whole copy-paste thing, which, I mean, drastically reduced the amount of work I would have to do. I mean, I have added that bridge section. I just feel like maybe there's something more I can do. Why don't we listen to the whole thing? Alfonso, it would be nice to get your opinion if there's something more that I can do with this. So I did make a few notes while that was playing. Let's see, what have we got? Do like the transition to the bridge and then to the solo, yeah. I think that works quite nicely, yeah. I'm kind of wondering if it's a case of too much too soon with the strings being loud from themselves, the melody rolls around for the second time before that. Yeah, I think I agree there. What happened is my keyboard records at a fairly low velocity compared to like what the default is. So if we have a look here at the event list, you'll see that what I've recorded when I did the except with strings, when I did the when I recorded all that in the first section there, you'll see that it's like, well, basically 2/3 the volume it should be. Now, whether that's a case of making everything in the middle section louder or making everything following that quieter, I don't know. Maybe it's a mixture of the two, making just everything like 80 or something, but that's definitely fixable. It'll probably take me a bit longer to fix that than, you know, the average stream viewer has the patience to endure, but I will fix that, possibly off stream. I was aware that there's a lot of velocity difference there that should probably be ironed out. Okay, let's see. Harps. I was had an orchestral harp in there somewhere, so let's have a look. Let's just look at that thing. I think during the beginning mainly. Just some kind of little do-do-do kind of melody thing. Let's have a listen. Yeah, that's the idea I was going for. So let's record that this time. Yeah, okay. Okay. Stuff. I need to, once again I need to shimmy those along 60 ticks or something like that. Yep, that looks alright. Make them quite quiet. Too quiet. Let's transpose those down an octave. If you like to fix it up so it's stream, yep. Okay, because the chords change at this part, I might have to just adjust those slightly. So let's make that B, C sharp, D. Excuse me. Okay, so we have that leading into D suspended fourth there, don't we? So we have like that, yeah. And let's have an A sharp there, because why not? Alrighty, so those are the harps there. Timpani volume. Yeah, I wanted to just adjust the tuning volume just a smidgen. Maybe 88 will do. Just to make it a bit quieter in the mix, so that it's kind of underpinning everything rather than kind of really shouty and out there. Or maybe it's here. Yeah, I think that's better. Just slightly. Okay, now, I think for the big finale, or at least for the end of this stream, because I think I'm pretty much done with it now, I think I'm probably going to add some harmonies to the strings, which I can't promise them sounding good yet, but I will figure them out, because I have done this before. Let's see, harmonies, bar 81. So harmony on the strings on bar 81 is where I think they should come in. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. That's an E minor, isn't it? So yeah, that'll have to be G. Okay, so yeah, fix the harps. Those harmonies, let's see, they might be a bit loud. Well, that's probably symptomatic of the velocity difference that we mentioned earlier, so I can easily go back and fix that, but I'll do it off stream because it might be a little bit difficult. Those harmonies are probably okay as they are, but might need some improvements themselves, so let's just listen back to them. Not bad. It's definitely a starting point. 125 is the next one I wanted to add harmonies to, so let's see. I think on the strings, maybe on the guitar actually, come to think of it, so let me listen back. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, let's end it on the guitar. Yeah, that should do it. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I do want to add that on there, so... let's make that a B5. There you go. Okay, that does need to be extended a bit. Fill the whole bar. Yeah. Yeah, liking that. Okay, 135 is the next one. that one again. I think it's exactly the same melodies as before, actually, or harmonies rather. Not sure about that one. Let's just leave that out for the time being. Okay, what I'm actually going to do is copy the drum track from the beginning of that. And I'm actually going to copy the very first melody to the outro so that it loops. So we have 8 repetitions of the first bar now. Oh shoot, what did I do there? I got rid of the... oh. What happened there? Okay, engage break. Come on, Jimmy. Don't fuck this up too badly for Paul Fonzo. Okay, here we go. Replace... yeah, that should do it. Let me see. Let's get rid of the drums here. And get rid of the toms. So yeah, we want a nice kind of clean transition. Alrighty, that sounds good. Sounds like it loops fine. Loud, 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 back to the start. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. That sounds pretty good. Okay. I wanted to do something with the orchestral harp there as well, so let me just see what it is I can do. Let's see if we can copy this melody, see how that works. It's purely experimental. Not bad. It's kind of in the background though and barely audible, but if I now do that, now that's made an interesting kind of counterpoint to the melody. So what does that sound like on its own? The octave up, because that might actually be a nice kind of backing to the outro. Yeah, it's intriguing. I'm not sure about it, but it might work. Let's just try it. Okay, I do actually like that, but I don't like the B's instead of the A's, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those down. I like the 7th kind of thing that's going on there, but when it goes up to the octave, for some reason it's not. I don't know, I don't prefer it that way. Let's just try it like that. Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Alfonso? Not the B's, exactly. Yes, not the B's. Hmm. See, I wanted to use that melody I came up with for the second bridge for the outro, but seeing as I've already got the atmosphere lead doing the original riff from the first bar, half and half, not sure. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Let's listen to it in the context of the absolute climax of the song. So I kind of like it. It's kind of interesting, and it does stop. It does only go on for 8 bars, and it does stop when the outro leads back to the intro. It's possible to extend the outro even more, then it might be made to work. Yeah, you might be right. So what, so if I extend the outro to like 16 bars instead of 8 bars, is that what you're saying? And then like, have the harp at the beginning but not at the end, something like that? And then don't mind it being there. Yeah, I quite like it like being there. Just makes the outro a little bit more complicated, perhaps overly so. So yeah, I think what I'll do actually is I'll extend it to 12 bars and then fade it out. So 76. Let's adjust that drum track a little bit. Take that bass drum out. There we go. So what have we got? Fade out even more material, perhaps. Oh, yeah, fade between drop. What do you think works? I think this kind of works. What do you think? So we've got the harp doing its thing for the first 4 bars, and then over the next 4 bars it fades out, then it's completely absent from the last 4 bars. So that presumably it can, yeah, so that it can loop better because it's not a star. Gonna extend that to about 300% and that to 150%. Not entirely sold on it personally, which makes me sound sort of silly since I suggested it. Well, I don't know. It was kind of my idea to have the harp there, but I do think that it creates a nice counterpoint to itself. Are there some notes that are kind of out of place to you, Alfonso? It would be nice if anyone else who's watching the stream could chime in as well, because I need to work something out for this. It's probably the icing on the cake as far as this track is concerned. No notes out of place then. Oop. Is it just that it kind of oversaturates the outro? It kind of just like makes it seem like there's too much going on. Because I quite like it being there. Not in that harpy segment, no, okay. Well, I quite like that. I mean, if you're not entirely sold on it, then I don't have to include it, but I suppose it would be nice to have something there though. That's the idea. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a quick break, but I will leave the track playing. I'll play through the whole thing now in its entirety. Because I think we're nearing the end of this particular stream, but I just need to take a quick break. So I'll be right back. I'll leave the track playing. See you in a bit. I think I'll actually, yeah. Okay, I'm back. Okay, there we go. So that's Benevolent Ghosts by St. Alfonzo and, of course, Jimmy. So, I did have an idea just now, though, for that harp. I could fade it in and then fade it out again. That might be interesting. So, if I do this, insert series of controllers, 0 to 76. Actually, I'll do it a different way. I'll cut the first 3 out and then fade that in over 3 bars, fade it out over 2 bars. There we go. What do you think of that, Alfonso? In the context, the whole song, the outro sounds better. That's up to you whether you think anything else needs polishing. Well, fading in and out is something that I do from time to time, just to, I think I did it in Vapors. Yeah, I did do it in Vapors for Back to Saturn X. Yeah, it's just a little thing at the end, just a reprise of an old melody layered over the top of the currently playing one. Yeah, 4 minutes. Yeah, not too shabby. There was one thing I wanted to do. I think it was about bar 135 on the guitar, maybe. Let me just see if I can remember what it was. Okay, I think really I just wanted to add some little runs on the 8th notes there, but I think I'll do that off stream because it might involve a bit of trial and error, just trying to get some runs that sound nice. But there we go. Alrighty. I think I will upload this as it is, but I will still make some changes to it, just um, for posterity. Then I'll upload it for posterity. Yep, no problem, Alfonso. I'll upload this for posterity right now, and I'll finish it off stream shortly, I think. I'll see what I can do anyway. Hopefully it won't take me too long. Certainly not like a week or something, but, well, hopefully not. But no. There we go, that's Benevolent Ghosts. I think I did alright with it. Yeah, well, I've got a happy customer, as it were. So, yeah, use it however you please and so forth. Okay, interesting. Alrighty. Was this planned for Back to Saturn X, Alfonso? Or is it something you just composed in your kind of spare time, as it were? Spare time from the Doom projects that you are a part of in your spare time. You see what I mean? I had it in my head that you wrote this for Back to Saturn X somehow. It's more of an educational piece. Okay. Alright, I guess that answers my question. Just practicing. Okay. Yeah, well, for practice MIDI, it's certainly very good. What I had to start with, I was definitely able to work with that. Once I got the chords down and I noted what was going on, I was easily able to layer stuff on top of that and tweak it and what have you. So yeah, Benevolent Ghosts by St. Alfonzo. Complacent Elfin, as I believe Alfonso would say. Well, there we go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I think the stream is now officially over. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be uploading the MIDI very shortly, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and goodbye.